on. Okay, this has to fucking over here. Can you hear me yet, people? Can you hear me? Can you hear? Oh, okay, yay! This has to fucking over here. Can you hear me yet? Okay. Now is it scratchy though? Hello, everybody. It's always. Can you fix the camera, Susie?
Yeah.
All right, Leanne. How are we doing? Sound is on. Is it scratchy today or not? Okay, there we go. Look at all this mess.
I think you sound okay.
Okay, here we go. There's all this stuff. Sorry, everybody. I thought I had this all worked out this morning, but there's no way for me to test it because I can't test it until we go live. So we're going to get rid of this mic over here. We're going to put our old mics back on. And life is going to be good. Welcome, everybody, to Tuesday Live. And I'm super excited this week because it is National Scrapbook Day week, right? So, So National Scrapbook Day is Saturday, and we have a huge sale coming up in the old school, totally Tiffany tradition of National Scrapbook Day. We have a site-wide sale. So this is your day today. If you are thinking about different products that you might need from the Totally Tiffany line, everything is going to be on sale on Saturday, midnight to midnight. So for those of you Pacific coasters, it actually starts at 9 p.m. for you because it starts at midnight Eastern time, Saturday, or 12:01 a.m. Saturday morning, which is 9:01 p.m. for you guys on the Pacific time zone. So today's the day to ask those questions, figure out what you need. They're working on a scrap rack shopping list for me, and hopefully we will get that out, get it posted for you today. We'll try to get it into the Facebook sites and let you know on Instagram that it's there as well. So if you're looking for scrap rack stuff. So National Scrapbook Day, site-wide sale, 20% off everything. 30% off all scrap rack brand stuff. And we have a new clearance category going up on the website that's normally going to be 40% off. But on National Scrapbook Day, anything in that clearance category is going to be 65% off. So you want to keep your eye on those things. But what you also want to do is write this down. TTNSBD23. So TT, National Scrapbook Day, NSB 23. That is going to get you an extra 5% off your full order, right? So because you're watching today, write that down. TT, NSB, so Totally Tiffany, National Scrapbook Day 23, the year. And then when you check out, be sure and use that code because it's going to get you an extra 5% off everything in your basket. So a little bonus there for the Totally Tiffany Tuesday tribe. But the biggest and most exciting thing about our National Scrapbook Day sale that we have been missing for the last couple of years is that we are back to doing free shipping on orders over $50. So, woo, everybody loves free shipping. We're trying to ship almost everything from this sale out of the U.S. warehouse, so it'll be a little bit faster and a little bit more efficient. And you're going to get free shipping on orders over $50. So all these reasons to go onto the TT site and look for all the goodies that you need. Now, they are loading product right now onto the site. So some things, we don't have everything in stock. I wish we did. But by Friday, everything we do have in stock, the quantities, the inventory will be uploaded and you'll be able to get anything there at this sale. So all those things in mind for National Scrapbook Day. So let me know, just checking mics, make sure everything. Let me know if you have any questions. What products are you thinking about? What what you might need, what questions you might have about different things. There are 3 new product grids going up on the product grid page, which Leanne has some links and she'll share those. They're not up there yet, but they will be. The storage and supply cases, there's a 12 by 12 product grid and the 9 by 12 product grid. And then there's a new product grid for the paper takers so that you know all the different things that fit in those. If you are unfamiliar, I need to calm down. The whole microphone thing got me all, yes. The product grid page on the blog. So if you go to blog on the TT site, type in the word product grid, it'll bring you to a blog post that has all the product grids for the other products. So if you are new to Totally Tiffany and wanting a good way to figure out which buddy bag or which paper handler or which scrap rack page or whatever it is going to work well for you, all those product grids are printable. You can click on them, download them, and print them, and then it makes it really easy to choose the things that are going to fit best for you for your supplies. So that's all good and exciting news. They look like this. This is the new one, woo, for the storage and supply cases, and this is a smaller version of the storage and supply cases, the 9x12. All right.
I already got a question for you.
Okay, Susie's got a question.
All right. Kathy Chatham is asking, what is the best buddy bag for the Tim Holtz archival inks and the small distress inks?
Tim Holtz archival inks. I do not have any of those. If that's different than his square distress ink, I just need to know the size of it. Yeah, or somebody else might know the size if it's the same size. So definitely for the distress inks, it's definitely the Chastity buddy bag for the regular. I finally got all my stuff back from the show, right? I had sent all my buddy bags loaded up with all these goodies to the show that was in Columbus, Ohio. So I know some of you noticed that my buddy bags were missing from, but I finally got everything back. I haven't had time to take care of it though since it re-arrived at my studio here. But so the Chastity is the perfect buddy bag for the square inks, right? Comes with the little label tab so you can label the outside of your ink. For regular Tim Holtz distress inks. For the small distress inks, the 8-drawer storage and supply case, and this is the 9x12 version. We say 9x12, that's outside measurement, right? So the interior isn't 12. That's just from edge to edge is why they say that on the size. But that fits all of your smaller, your ink dots. Oh, Susie, let's try our overhead camera today. We have our new overhead camera. Woo!
There we go.
Look at that, everybody. Finally, an overhead camera. Is that a good view? You can see everything. Yeah. And now, so I have the trays in my 8-drawer, what appears to be backward because it's easier to see all the colors, right? So the opening is on this side. Then those trays just slide in and out. Now, when you get your 8-drawer, the trays are very tight when you put them in initially. Like you're going to think all 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 don't fit in there, but they do. And they until they're loaded. So you need the weight that's in them to help load them up. You may just use 6 drawers to start with and then add the next 2, but I promise you that they will all fit in there and it'll be nice and neat and tidy. All right, let's go back. Okay, so that's where your small Tim Holtz distress inks are going to fit as well. All right, I saw another thing pop up here on my screen from Leanne. Okay, oh, I wanted to call out something else. Karen Cleveland Golubiewski. Sorry, I know I'm destroying your last name, but congratulations on your beautiful scrap rack. It looks great. Thanks so much for posting up the picture. Lots of great comments on that. So if you are considering a scrap rack, or maybe you have one and you haven't actually jumped in and started getting it organized, Karen's post is inspiring. And I saw Beth Bozeman put up a little note that said she was struggling to get hers going.
And where can they see the post?
And that was it. Oh, you can see the post on Facebook, on the Get Organized Challenge group on Facebook. Thanks, Susie. Susie's just like, hey, you can't just, there's so many places to post today. Yes, Get Organized Challenge group, Facebook. So Karen, thank you for sharing. Beth, I'm glad that you said you're inspired. I want to see your scrap rack when you get it done as well. And know that when you do something like that, it does inspire and motivate other people. You know, sometimes the thought of getting organized is so overwhelming, it kind of frees, right? Paralysis by analysis, whatever it's called. So when you do something, please post it and share with other people, and then everybody gets excited.
We have a question on what is best for diamond press inks.
What is best for Diamond Press inks? Diamond Press has the small square, and I don't know what their bigger size inks are. So again, if someone knows the size of those, so the small square for Diamond Press is going to fit in the 8-drawer storage and supply case. The other bag, if you have less, that holds the small square inks. So this is the, let's go to the overhead, Suze.
Okay.
So this is the Shelly Buddy bag. And you can see that I've got the small squares in here, right? And that you can go, so you see the colors, and then you can fit like 3, 6, 9, 12. Those are 15, 18, 21, 24 of the small squares in the Shelly. Also works great for the Memento inks. The thing I like about the Memento inks is that you can also stack it like this. Well, now I'll turn it this way because we're on the overhead, right? And you can see all the colors, right? So you can look at, you can store it sitting flat if that's how you want to store your inks, but you can see all the colors in the bottom of the bag. So it's a great accessory for not only the small distress inks, Tim Holtz, anybody that's making that one by 1 inch square. Also, Shelly bag is great for Memento inks as well. All right, we can go back to the front, Suze. All right.
Got some more questions for
Okay.
you.
More questions.
Tiffany, what is your recommendation for diamond painting supplies? I currently use a 2-drawer supply case for most of my supplies, but I need some assistance with the little containers of diamonds.
Diamond dots. Boy, they're such a big challenge. It depends on how big your containers are, right? And I wish I could answer this better. If you tell me the size of your containers, I'll be able to give you kind of a better idea. I think in any situation, the thing to think about, whether it's diamond dots or something else you're trying to organize, is rather than stacking things up in, so she said she's using a 2-drawer. We'll pull this one out and see if we, is that a 2-drawer? Well, okay. So 4-drawer, but so rather than stacking things flat and on top, oh yeah, go to the overhead. Oh, this is so fun. Rather than stacking things flat, anytime you can take those items that you're storing and go vertically with them, right? So now instead of having things stacked on top of each other where I can't see what's underneath, if I turn everything vertically, it makes it a lot easier to see everything. So depending on what the containers look like, the shape and size of them, if it's possible to turn them on their edge so you can see all of them, that might also be helpful if you're stacking them now rather than having them on their edge. So that also helps you pull them in and out. You're not digging down, right? So anything that you can go vertical with, you've heard me say that a bazillion times, I would totally recommend doing that. But if you send me the sizes and shapes of the containers, we could go back to the front, Suze. I'd be happy to see if I can offer a better suggestion on that as well.
All right, got another question on punches. What do you put punches in that hold the weight of them?
Punches. So, oh, this is so exciting. The Store and Go bag, and I believe it's the 2-inch, is back in stock and should be available on the website for the sale. So I'm not 100% it's the 2-inch. It might be the 1.5-inch. So this one is obviously, oh, again, overhead. I can't stand it. These are really big punches. They're heavy, they're bulky. So the Store and Go bags are designed to carry for the weight of punches, right? The material that they're made out of is one thing, but also the way the handle is at the top. We've got this extra piece of reinforcement right here, and then the handle is sewn to the top again so that we have extra support. We're not going to tear that vinyl. So the Store and Go bags, and I believe it's the 2-inch that's back. The double-sided is back, or will be back on the website. So this is the double-sided Store and Go, right? We're still on overhead, right? So I love this. I'm going to have to get used to it though. So if you're using the double-sided bag or even the single-sided, the 1-inch for wood stamp storage, if you get all your stamps lined up, right, and then make a photocopy of it, and all you have to do that is put the bag up, like put them in the bag, and then tip this over onto your copy or your printer, and that'll give you this insert sheet. So that makes everything, you can put everything back, right, just by following the grid on the bottom. So the double-sided store and go bag is back, and I believe it's the 2-inch. Both. So this is good for wood stamps, not punches. This is not good for punches. It doesn't, the top of it, the way the handle's in, is not reinforced to hold the weight of punches. It will hold the wood stamps, but don't load it with punches, please. So those punch packs, those store and go bags, a couple of them are back in stock, will be available on the sale, at the sale as well. That's a great option. Also the Leanne bag, I don't think I have one down here with punches in it, but the Leanne bag has a heavier duty. So instead of the clear case, the clear box on the inside, it has a heavier duty plastic bag. Sorry, did we go back to over? Are we on overhead still?
Yeah.
Sorry, I need to, it's going to take me a while. So this box is a little bit heavier, so it's also going to work to hold punches. I have my print maker in here with all the accessories that go with it, all the little everything. So, but this is the Leanne bag is a good option as well. You could go back to forward again, Suze. It's a great option for that too. So, but yeah, the store and go bags were designed for that, with that double reinforcement on the handle for the heavy weight of punches. Okay, so what else did I need to talk about today? I didn't put it. Oh, Susie. Okay, go.
Shirley Mott says, I got a great deal on the hang and hold. Now what do I put in it?
Great deal on the hang and hold. Now what do I put in it? Okay, hang and holders. I believe there will be a few. Can you grab me that paper towel dispenser right there off my hang and hold? So I have a table in my studio. Thank you, ma'am. I have a table in my studio that is the table I pull out, especially when someone else is crafting with me. And I have a hang and hold bar, which is naked, on each side of that. And then depending on who's here and what we're doing, then I'll add hang and hold components to it. The biggest benefit to the hang and hold is that it takes things off your workspace. So whether that's adhesives or paintbrushes or ink pads or any of the other stuff that you're using, it's now off your workspace. So your workspace is able to stay flat, right? There's not bumpy stuff all under everything. So your tool bucket, if you got the cup holder, I like the cup holder for tool storage as well. The basic bin is going to hold anything that's like 8.5 by 11. So like paper, works with our 8.5 by 11 vertical tab divider pockets, anything like that. So you're going to be able to get those things off your desk as well. What else is in there? And then the basic bin, which is the open square bin, and that holds kind of all your little bits and pieces that you're working with. And really kind of the benefit to it is that it puts everything right next to you, but it's not on your workspace. So you gain that extra space. Now, I saw on the list today, this guy. This clips on your hang and hold also, and will hold a roll of paper towels, which we all know is very, very useful in your craft room. So if you are keeping your eye, these will probably be on the clearance tab. We didn't sell these before. They were something we did, I think, just HSN, and there are not a lot of them left. So keep your eye on the clearance tab and the hang and hold tab. Watch for these, because when they pop up, I'm sure they will go very, very quickly. But when they're gone, they're gone. And I have 2 of them. I have also another little area next to a table where I have a mirror and I put on my lipstick and comb my hair before Tuesday Live. And I have another one of these clipped on there too. I don't know. It seems like I'm always in need of paper towels. So they're super handy.
You failed to to mention the hang and hold for this time of year and picnics outside.
Oh, yeah. It's great for picnics. So the basic bin is going to hold paper plates. Susie and I went up last year.
Yeah.
We have a little off-road vehicle. So we went with our husbands. We set up a little picnic, clipped it onto the tailgate. I think there's probably a video on Facebook or Instagram or somewhere. But all our picnic supplies, condiments, all that fit in there. So it was great on that. Awesome on the edge of a picnic table. So again, your plates, napkins, condiments, and the big bin, if you are able to get that, there's only a few of those left as well. Big bin will hold, works great for garbage, but holds 2 bottles of wine, which we did find out on our little picnic adventure. So super versatile. I think there's a couple of posts up about it. If you search hang and hold or look through the Instagram feed or the Facebook feed, you'll probably find a couple more videos and other stuff. I clipped it onto the table out like just by my lounge chair outside. You all know I'm a sun worshiper. And so I was able to keep things in there that wouldn't blow away, or I could cover things up like my phone so it didn't get hot, that type of thing. So just going to add space. My husband uses one on his workbench as well. So a lot of different options. Think about in terms of where do I need a little bit more extra space? I know some people use them in their kitchen, clip them onto the counters, especially if you are a dining room table scrapbooker. You need that little bit extra space. It's a great way to do that as well.
One more. What do you recommend for drawing supplies such as graphite pencils and also paper pads or watercolor paper pads sizes up to 11 by 14?
Sizes up to 11 by 14. So 11 by 14, that's a tough size for us because of that 14. But I'm pretty sure that the 3-ring album storage box would hold that size paper, but let's check and see. Yeah, so this box is 15 inches of, oh, you want to go to overhead, Susie? We need a code word for overhead, okay? So this box is 15 inches across this way, so it would hold your bigger 11 by 14 paper. And then in terms of other supplies, okay, this is also, so this fits the 3, okay, you go to regular. This fits your 3-ring albums. I think that there is a 4-pack of these, again, limited quantity that's going to end up in the clearance bin or the clearance tab on the website. So keep your eyes open for that also if you need these. We've been out of stock on them for a while. So that 4-pack, that's something we did with HSN. It's just a little bit of leftover inventory from HSN, which is why it's going into clearance. So if you like this bigger size box, it's a great option. You may also be able to, depending on how much paper you have, put your big paper in here. We can put probably all the sizes of paper in here. But then using something like a 2-drawer storage and supply case, or mixing and matching maybe a 6-drawer storage and supply case. Let's see. Oh, get over, Gemini. You're taking up too much space here. So I think this, let's go over. Oh, so this is 3 drawers from a 6-drawer and 1 drawer from a 2-drawer storage and supply case. So it makes it easy to, oh, I go this way now, right? It's my own. I can go this way and you can see it. It's so weird for me to get this figured out. Okay, so mixing and matching the drawers and storage and supply cases might be a great option for that as well. And then keeping the 2 things together. This size also fits usually the tins of watercolor pencils, the 9 by 12 or the 8.5, A4 8.5 by 11 paper taker is going to fit your watercolor pencils as well. So that might be a good option also. All right.
I don't know if you guys know the answer to this, but do you have anything that holds Cricut's 12 by 24 mats and paper?
No, but do you want to switch cameras? Cricut 12 by 24 mats and papers. No, other than rolling them up. If you roll up your Cricut papers, then you can use the vinyl roll storage system for that. And you can use the vinyl roll sleeve once you're for rolling up your paper. So if you're unfamiliar with the sleeve, it's this piece right here. Comes with the vinyl roll tray in the set. And it's just a great way to if you roll up those papers, to keep them organized and protected. You don't have to tape them or put a rubber band on them or anything like that, because that sleeve is going to hold it. So as far as paper goes, I would roll it up and use something like this. As far as the 12 by 24 mats, we don't have any way to store them. I hang mine on my cart. I have a little clip that hangs over the cart that has my Cricut on it. And then my son London is calling me. He rarely calls during Tuesday Live. It's usually the other one, Max, who calls. Anyway, I hang them on my cart, but I don't have a good solution. Sorry. I wish I did. So I'm going to decline his call. Go back to our other thing. All right. Let's see. Kelly Molitar says, what would be good for sewing machine tools and feet? Again, I would go, so there's two things. If you want them out in the open, sewing machine tools and feet. I would look at, okay, so are you traveling with them? How are you accessing them? That type of thing is going to be the question, right? I would look at a buddy bag or a couple of buddy bags that just fit into your drawer. So Irene is probably a good one. So if you use a buddy bag with the lid rolled back or folded under in your drawer, you could go overhead, Suze, please. Right? This is an Edna bag. And I'm open. This is a little travel bag with dog things in it. But when you put them in your drawer, now they become drawer dividers, right? So you can access them. And then if you're going to travel with them for any reason, then you can just pull them out of the drawer and close them up. So when you're looking at things like sewing tools, I would say the Merle bag is great because she's long and skinny. And she has the ear flaps at the end. So if you take her out and close the ear flaps, if you have long, skinny things like seam turners, sewing machine feet, that type of thing, they're not going to come out. So Merle's probably a great buddy bag for storing sewing stuff. You could go forwards again, Susie. All right.
Gloria Rolston is asking, did you manage to find suitable storage for UK A3 card paper?
I don't know what the dimensions are on that. Almost all the new storage fits A4, but I think if I could get the dimensions, maybe you could look it up real quick, Susie. It's probably going to fit in that 13 by, that 3-ring fab file. I think it's a little bit longer, but I don't know the actual inch dimensions on it. So if you could look up the inch dimensions, I will answer the question from, oh my gosh, we got a lot of questions over here. Can you share once again what you put your stencils in? I'm getting a lot of stamps of life stencils. So stencils come in a variety of sizes. Most sizes fit in our tab divider pockets. So for example, this is the 8x8 tab divider pocket. These are stencils from scrapbook.com. Side note, scrapbook.com now has, and they're the only people who have it, the 8x8 paper handler, right? So conveniently, look at that. So the 8x8 tab divider pockets. So I love having all of these types of things in a die stamp and supply organizer because it's all very visual, very accessible, easy to take it out, easy to put it away, but you have to have shelf space or tabletop space to use those. So if you're looking at something like so this is 8x8, but 12x12 stencils, 6x6 stencils, bigger, the A4 8.5x11 stencils, they're all going to work in paper handlers as well. With Stephanie stencils, the Stamps of Life stencils, I don't know what size they are. If they are slimline size, if that's what most of them are, then we also have the slimline pockets and the slimline storage box, which are available on the Stamps of Life website. which I believe will also finally be available on our website in time for the National Scrapbook Day sale. So we should have them. If we don't for the sale, Stephanie carries them, and that's a great way. But the tab divider pockets are a great way to store stencils. Put a sheet of paper between each of the stencils so they're easy to slide in and out because you can put multiple in each pocket. And then it's mostly going to depend on what sizes and shapes of stencils you have. If you are a scrap rack user, stencils also fit perfectly in the scrap rack. So again, depending on the size would dictate which pocket sizes you wanted to use for that, but they store great in a scrap rack as well.
Okay. The A3 dimension is 11.7 by 16 and a half inches.
11.7 by 16 and a half inches. No, roll it up. Yeah, I don't. And card is too thick to roll up. Also, cardstock is. It is one of the things that's on my list for this year is to design some bigger storage for those types of things. I get asked about it all the time. It's definitely on the radar. Not sure what it's going to look like, but it is something that I'm working on. All right.
All right, and I also have a response. The size of the diamond dots containers are 1 inch tall and 1/2 inch round. They're too tall and too skinny for the 8-drawer supply and store case.
1 inch tall and 1.5 inches around, or 1/2 inch around? 1 inch tall and 1/2 inch?
Yeah.
I would try this. I would try it sounds like this is, so if they're, wait, those are skinny. That's a skinny little tube, right? It's almost got to be like a test tube kind of thing with only 1/2 inch around. So, but I would look at the Teresa or the Shelley Buddy bag for that. So these are all 1 inch, but you're 1 inch tall. Yeah. So you could probably get 1 inch tall by 1/2 inch. You could probably get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You probably get 20 or 24 of them in a Teresa Buddy bag. Probably more in a Shelley Buddy bag. Let's see, this one's taller. Yeah, so a Shelley Buddy bag, you're going to be able to get even more in a Shelley Buddy bag. So I would go with Teresa or Shelley for that. And again, depending on how many you have, but they'd be very visual in Teresa or Shelley. Hopefully that helps. Debbie Hawker says, can you share one? Oh, Stencil's got that. Trisha Varner, what do we put punches in that will hold the weight of them? We got that. We're going to look at those new the store and go bags, which will be back in stock for the sale. Bonnie Monroe, question, is the 8-drawer you just showed a new version? I have some from last year and was trying to find more, but SSB says discontinued. They are not discontinued. They might be out of stock, but they are not discontinued. So SSB, I don't know what that is. Maybe it's just supposed to be SB, like scrapbook.com, but they're not discontinued. They're just probably out of stock, and they may be back in stock for the sale. Or fingers crossed. Lisa Gates, what do you recommend for drawing supply? We got that. Kelly Molitor, what would be good for sewing? Oh, I obviously didn't scroll the right direction. Have the original sized bags been discontinued for the 12 by 12? No, they have not. They're just out of stock, but they're definitely one of our best sellers, which is why they're out of stock. They come in and go out quickly. So when you see them, grab them, because as soon as people find out that they're going to be out of stock, that they're in stock, people buy lots of them so they don't have to worry about them going out of stock.
All right. What will fit Cricut Joy size vinyl?
Cricut Joy size vinyl. So I think the Cricut Joy vinyl, and Susie, do you want to go grab me a thing? So on the Cricut cart, straight back, one shelf down is the Joy. So there should be some small vinyl over there. Short rolls of vinyl. Ah, there it is. So this is a number 3 slide stash and store. So I have the little plate, the little mats in here, and then the smart vinyl. It'll probably fit in the Katya, but I don't think it's going to be a very good use of space. No. So let's look at, instead of Katya, let's take a peek at perhaps, I don't know if this is going to be tall enough. I think it's a little bit too, just a little bit too tall for almost anything that's going to be, in terms of buddy bag, efficient for storing it. So I would go with, this is the number 3 slide stash and store. I'm going to make sure. Maybe it's a number 2. Oh yeah, it's a number 2 slide stash and store. Ooh, correction. Number 2 slide stash and store. It's going to fit them. And even I have these little sample guys too that were even smaller. So those fit in there. It's a great option. Fits on my cart, fits in my lowest tote, can go off and on the shelf, all those good things. So I would look at that for Cricut vinyl rolls, slide stash and store number 2, not number 3. Okay. 8x8. So for National Scrapbook Day, scrapbook.com they're the first ones to release the 8x8 paper handler. They have it alone at a special price this week, and they have it in a bundle. And the bundle includes the tab divider pockets, the 8x8 paper handler, and an 8x8 basics, Crafter's Companion basics cardstock paper pad. So it's a great bundle. I think it's normally $25. It's $14.99, I think. So you're basically getting the paper pad for free. I think that's how that works out with that. So you get the 8x8 paper handler and the 8x8 tab divider pockets in that bundle. And then you get the Crafter's Companion paper pad as well. And again, it is available only on scrapbook.com through the 7th. I think it will only be available there, and then it will release other places. But through the 7th, in honor of National Scrapbook Day, they have a special bundle going for the 8x8 paper handler. And I think there's a couple of links that I sent to Leanne, so I'm sure if she hasn't already put them in the feed, I'm sure that she will.
Okay. Do you know what would work for picket fence pouncers? They are 1 inch diameter and 1.5 inches high. I'd like to fit 12 in one container.
1.5 inches high. Probably 1.5 inches high. 12.
How high are your twine?
They're probably about that. So, but I don't think they're how big around are they? They're 1.5 inches tall.
1 inch diameter.
1 inch diameter. Maybe Susie might be onto something here. Because these little bottles, I think, also. Let's see. Let's go to the overhead. So you've got one. This is a Teresa Buddy bag. You've got 1 inch. It's 1 inch wide. It's definitely tall enough, 1.5 inches. So that's. It probably won't hold 12. I mean, I think we've got 10 in here. Yeah, it's only 10 inches. But the Merle or Edna Buddy bag, you'd have some room in there if you wanted to put more in. You could probably also put them in. I need to order some of those. I'm to reach out to Picket Fence and get some because I was asked about them before too. But I think that's probably going to be your best bet. Other than one of the storage and supply cases, again, you're going to have a lot of extra room, right? But this is 2 inches deep. So are we still in overhead?
No.
No, that's all right. So these are 2 inches deep, so it would be easy to stand them up in there. But you could probably organize a couple of. So these are the drawers from the 6 drawer. This is a drawer from the 2 drawer. Remember, they mix and match. So this might be a good option. And then you could store other things with your pouncers as well. I need to write that down though, because I need to get some of those. Picket Fence, PF pouncers. I thought I wrote it down a couple of weeks ago, but obviously if I did, I didn't do my follow-up work on it. So works great for that. Also, I got a question about the Spellbinders wax seal things. I don't know what they're called, but the metal little things that you use and the wax, and those store really, really well in the Dawn buddy bag. I had some. Are they here or did I send them off? I might have sent them off also. But they store very well in the Dawn buddy bag. Not down here. Nope. If you're looking for storage for those. Okay, next announcement is that Zulily, Zulily, a lot of you are familiar with that as an online shopping retailer, has picked up the Totally Tiffany line, and they have a special sale going this week. Also, kind of in honor of their launch and National Scrapbook Day, but we're going to throw up the link to Zulily's Totally Tiffany selection, so you can pop on over there if you're looking for particular things right away. We may not have them in stock, or they are on sale on Zulily, I think, through the week. So Leanne will get a link up for everything that's happening on the Zulily site. Let me see what else I've got here coming in from. She says, this is noted on the album storage 4-pack. To check out with these items from this promotion, please ensure your basket only contains items from the category O. So it looks like there's a notation on the album storage 4-pack that's about the orange dot. And I don't think I'm going to albums pack. I think that's wrong. I think that's left over from an old sale, but I will double check that, because I believe everything from the National Scrapbook, everything on the Totally Tiffany website is available without any of the shenanigans about what's in your basket is got an orange dot or not. But I will verify that. I think that's all done now. All right.
Comments. Giveaway.
Oh, giveaway. I always forget about the giveaway. So yes, giveaway. If you want to get in on the giveaway, you have to comment in the feed in order to be part of the giveaway. So you can tell us who you are, where you're from, how long you've been watching, what your favorite Totally Tiffany product is, any of those things. And that will get you into the comment stream. And Leanne uses all those names in the comment stream to randomly pick a winner from the comments. So if you haven't already commented, you definitely want to get in on that. So over the course of this week, since we're building up to National Scrapbook Day, I am going to try to do a pop-in every day at different times, because I know a lot of you watch this after work. So I'm going to try and do even some evening pop-ins where I really kind of focus on specific things. Tomorrow, my goal is to do a pop-in on the scrap rack and kind of focus on that. So keep your live what is it called? Notifications turned on, and you'll know when I'm popping on. And if you have specific questions about the scrap rack, I will answer them or demonstrate exactly what you're asking me at that point. I did notice that there was a comment on the on Karen Cleveland Golubowski, Karen Cleveland G, on her about pages laying flat. And so if you don't feel like your pages are laying flat enough, that's because you have so much stuff in your scrap rack that it kind of pushes the pages more straight up. So you may need to thin out your scrap rack. You can solve that by getting a second base and expanding out so that you can spread out your binder so things lay a little bit flat. One other solution to that is taking things off your scrap rack that you don't use all the time and storing them in one of our zipper binders. And that, again, so that'll kind of thin out your scrap rack temporarily. One of the examples I like to use for this is Christmas, right? So lots of us have a full binder, maybe 2 of Christmas, but you're not using that all the time, right? You're only using it when you're working on Christmas stuff. So if you pull that binder or those 2 binders off your scrap rack, throw them in a binder and store them until you're ready to do Christmas, then you're going to be able to spread out your binders a little bit more, get your pages a little bit more flat. And then when you're ready to do Christmas, then you can pull the Easter section, or you could pull the, I don't know, whatever it might be, sports section, whatever you're not going to use at that time, put those in the binders, set them aside, and still have that spread on your scrap rack, so it's easy to get to all those things. If your scrap rack pages are standing up so tall that you can't get to the pockets kind of on the inside of each page closest to this binder, it's probably time to either thin it out or buy a second base, which will be on sale, 30% off National Scrapbook Day. So one of the things I like to do in advance of a big sale like this is get you thinking about the solutions that you might need so that you can shop wisely, shop with intention, as some of you have heard me give the shop with intention lecture in the past. So this gives you a few days to print the product grids. Hopefully we're going to get a scrap rack shopping list out there for you as well. I think Leanne probably put a link in the feed already to the product grid blog post. And all of those grids, when you look at them, they're just a little picture. But if you click on them, it's going to give you a download so you can actually print the grids out yourself so that you can see. So each of the product grids tells you the SKU, the dimensions, what we recommend that it will hold. So it's a great reference for as you're planning what your shopping is going to be. And then you can make little notes about how many of them you need, or also important, I got a message from somebody the other day that said, can you please tell me again what fits best in, I don't remember what it was, maybe the Edna Buddy bag. You talked about it during a Tuesday live. I ordered 3 of them, and now I can't remember what I ordered them for. So if you print your product grid, then you could easily put on there 2 of these are for Cricut vinyl, 1 of these is for Tim Holtz, whatever you think you're going to use it for. And then when your shipment arrives, you will remember why you thought buying those was a good idea, and you will use them, and that will be better than getting them and storing them because you're not sure what you bought them for. So we should have an extra space on the product grid, like what am I going to do with this? And that would be great because it is overwhelming, right? So making notes, especially as you're shopping, about what you're buying and why you're buying it is going to be helpful when those things arrive. I'll tell you something else. I haven't talked a lot about this recently, but your brain needs this kind of help, right? So if you get this shipment of Totally Tiffany products, or any product for that matter, in, and you can't remember why you ordered it, you get overwhelmed, and your brain, it doesn't like that. It shuts down, right? You just say, oh, I'm just going to go do laundry or whatever. And so making a note and keeping it so that when those things arrive, not only is it you're going to be able to use them, but you're also going to alleviate any extra stress you may have caused yourself with this. So make a note of what you're going to do with the products that you're ordering and why you ordered them. And it's going to be better all around. You're going to get organized. You're going to feel better. It's going to be good. All the endorphins going off in your brain, all that good stuff. So don't miss out on that when you're making your list. All right, let's see. Lisa Gates, what do you recommend? Oh, I keep scrolling down somehow here. Okay. Marshall, hello. I haven't seen your name pop up for a while. My PF pound, oh, that's the PF Pouncer's question. Oh, and about 2.5 inches tall. Yeah. Oh, there's our here's our 2 inches around, 2.5 inches tall. Probably something more, boy, either like the Irene. What do we have? 3 inches with Irene. Yep, you've got 3 inches with Irene and 3 inches across. So you're going to stagger them. Also, or Gail might also be a good choice for that. You can get 2.5 inches in Merle also, right? So I have this Merle flat, or Edna. You don't need Merle because you don't care about the ear flaps. So Edna, right?
And if they don't want a bag, you can do a slide stash and store.
Oh yeah, Susie is saying you could. She's on
today.
it. She's on it today. So you could do a slide stash and store, probably the number 2.5 inches around. That's going to be tight. Or 2.5 inches tall, 2 inches in diameter. So the number 2 slide stash and store. That's going to be close. They'll be snug. It is 3 inches tall. So in the front, it's a little taller than that in the back. This is only an inch and a half. Yeah. So test out if you have a number 2 slide stash and store. Test that. Merle or Edna Buddy bag probably be a good choice as well. You got the height, and I think it's 3 inches across, 3.5. So what did she say? They were 2 inches. So you're probably still gonna have to stagger them a little bit, but I bet you could probably get 10, 18 in a Merle or in an Edna Buddy bag. So that would be probably a good choice for that as well. But it sounds like I need to do a little designing of some things that are just.
You need to get some of them first.
Yeah, Susie's like, yeah, you need to order them first. Don't get crazy. All right, I am going to order them. They're on my list of things to order. Okay, last call for getting in the feed if you want to win a prize. Last call on that.
I have a question on when's the next Get Organized challenge?
Don't know. Next Good Organized challenge. I am going to a meeting on the 10th. And it is the top thing on my list that we get that date set. And if we're going to partner with scrapbook.com, that we get all those ducks in a row so that I can get back to you guys mid-May and let you know exactly when we're going to get started on that. It looks like it's probably going to be a summer event this year.
All right, question. Can Edna fit Stampin' Up! Ribbon reels?
Can Edna fit Stampin' Up! Ribbon reels? I don't know how big they are. So if you can tell me how big around they are. These are 3 inch. These are kind of the standard ribbon from Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. So if they're bigger, I know Stampin' Up! Used to do bigger, probably 4 or 5 inch ribbon reels, and I put them in a Denise Buddy bag. Do I have that down here? No. They worked in Denise, and then I could use it as a dispenser. So if you give me the dimensions on those, I will be happy to.
Katrina Paul is saying that Zulily is already sold out.
What? Zulily's already sold out. Maybe just one thing.
Okay.
They had a whole page. I mean, they had a whole bunch of stuff. So, I mean.
And then I had another question on when is the cabinet slide session store coming out?
Probably August. The 10-inch slide session store, probably August. Fingers crossed on that. Lori Behrens is asking, will you be on HSN next week? No, I will not. We were supposed to release the toolboxes on HSN next week, and I know lots of you have heard that those came from the factory, not up to par. So I will not be on HSN with that brand new, very cool product. So some of you got the flawed but fabulous version. So you got to test them out. We got great feedback on them. So as soon as we get that all fixed up, we are on it. Bonnie Monroe says, oh, my screen changed again. Quite a while ago, you talked about a great book that you read, either about organizing or how your brain works. Can you give me that name again? The Willpower Instinct is a great book that's easy to read. It's almost like a workbook kind of book. It's awesome. I'm sure that's probably what I was talking about, the Willpower Instinct. Yeah, because it addresses how your brain works. I know some of you also know that my entire nightstand is full of books about how your brain works. My husband calls it the most boring nightstand on the planet. But I'm pretty sure it's the Willpower Instinct. It's a great book, life-changing for me. I've gone back to it over and over again, but it just talks about how hard it is to do things or why it's hard to do things and how you lose willpower. And then that kind of shuts everything down and your willpower is limited. It's finite every day.
But then you can have the willpower to read the big book.
But you got to have the willpower to read the book, Susie says. Yeah. But it's a good book. It's entertaining. It's well written. Kelly McGonigal, she's a professor at Stanford, I think. It was a class that she taught, and then she turned it into the book. But I would definitely recommend that for anybody. And it is not just this, it's everything. As life is, right? Your good habits in one area of your life spill over, discipline, commitment, structure, all those things we don't want to talk about all the time. They all kind of center in that willpower instinct.
Katrina Paul says all 40 products are marked all gone.
Wow. Well, sorry. It seems like the Zulily deal is over. So for those of you who jumped on it right away, yeah, wow. All right. So, but that's okay because Saturday is the National Scrapbook Day sale. And the biggest, most exciting part of it for me is that you're going to get free shipping on orders over $50 or more. And that's continental United States. So what do I need to, the TNCs, terms and conditions apply. So check those out. But yes, woo, woo. So National Scrapbook Day sale starts at midnight on Saturday, 12:01 a.m. Saturday morning, which is 9:01 p.m. Pacific Coast. So keep that in mind. Mark your calendars. We are going to send out an email when the sale starts. So you'll get a little reminder from us via emill. And then you have 24 hours to take advantage, 20% off site-wide, 30% off Scrap Rack. The 40% off clearance section might even be up now. That section goes to 65% off on National Scrapbook Day. And you will get an extra 5% off with your code TTNSBD. So Totally Tiffany National Scrapbook Day and the number 2323. TTNSBD23. Use that as your coupon code and you're going to get that extra 5% off when you shop on National Scrapbook Day. Okay, I think we're wrapping up. Susie, do you have any other questions for me?
I think we're good.
All right, so let's see if we've got a drum roll here where Leanne, all right, is going to pick a winner for us. Sorry. Oh, also, I should say one last reminder about the 8x8 paper handler, right? So if you have been waiting for this, this is available right now, scrapbook.com. We'll put some links up by itself or in a bundle with the tab divider pockets and a pad of basic cardstock, color cardstock from Crafter's Companion. That bundle normally about $25. I think it's $14.99 this week only for National Scrapbook Day celebration. So keep that in mind. Again, this is an 8x8 paper pad. You guys who are followers, you already know all this. This is also from an 8x8 paper pad. So all of our products, including this, give you that extra height and width so that it is easy to store things that are labeled 8x8, but they're actually bigger than 8x8. The 8x8 paper handler is no exception. Okay, my friends, this week's winner, Stacy Boucher-Tabor. Again, sorry for massacring the last names. So Stacy, all you need to do, if you don't already have a Club Inspire account, sign up for Club Inspire and then email prizes, that's prizes with an S, at crafterscompanion.com, prizes with an S, crafterscompanion.com, and let them know that you are this week's winner of the Totally Tiffany $25 gift certificate. All right, my crafty friends, I will be popping in and out all week, getting you ready for the National Scrapbook Day sale. Watch your email for links to the new shopping list for Scrap Rack supplies. And then please get onto the product grid page on the blog, download those product grids and choose wisely for what you need and make a little note about it, whatever you're buying and why you're buying it, so that when it arrives, you'll be able to take care of those things really fast without being overwhelmed. Thanks so much for tuning in today. We'll see all of you next. Well, I'll probably see you tomorrow, those of you who are popping in all week long. But if not, I'll see you Tuesday. Take care, everybody.